Dave, Ari Lennox, Shea
Yeah.
Butter Baby. Um, no expectations going into this one for me, and I was really, really excited as this album wrapped up because I felt like this takes a lot of elements of a lot of different artists that we've enjoyed talking about, especially newer artists we've enjoyed talking about, like Georgia Smith comes to mind when
Mm.
talking about her. And I feel like this blends it in a really succinct and really refined way that I was incredibly impressed by. Um, I'm wondering, before we start talking about specifics of the album, what were your expectations going in, and how did you feel after you wrapped up the album?
Yeah, I hadn't heard listened. I think she had just two EPs and a mixtape. I hadn't actually heard those, but I had heard some of her features on the Dreamville Revenge of the Dreamers project, the group label project. And I think she might have been featured on a Cole record recently. I don't remember. But for someone who'd been signed to Dreamville since the end of 2015, it's been a
Mhm.
while, right, to hear anything big. And like this is the debut album, but she's a 28-year-old R&B singer. That sounds like a late start given the talent, the cosigns. But yeah, I didn't really have any expectations because I didn't really have a strong, you know, frame of reference. But I too was very impressed with this, and as you suggested, I think it does continue the. I think I saw this on Twitter. The black 20-something-year-old woman figuring her shit out, a la SZA and
Yep.
Georgia, and a little bit LMI, I suppose, as well.
Mm-hmm.
But what I liked about it the most was that just it kind of like has like an old school vibe in terms of, as you said, like the sickness as an R&B record, but it's a very like contemporary lyrical content in terms of like modern dating and the ups and downs of that. So yeah, I liked it a lot. But what did you take away most from it? Because again, didn't have any expectations like me.
Yeah, you pointed out, I think, really smartly that there's this similarity between these kind of artists. You know, these 20 something female black females figuring shit out. But what she does is she infuses like 90s hip hop sounds into this in a way that I think is really intriguing. A song like trying to see my notes here. A song like FaceTime, I thought actually captures that feeling very well. Just kind of like the beats in that feel very throwbackish, but also kind of keeping this more modern R&B soul sound that is so popular right now. Um, I also thought the features on this, like JID, I thought came in and
Oh
crushed
yeah.
it. Cole was good as always. I don't think he's had a bad guest verse in a long time at this point. I think overall the project's just very solid. The production on this is upper echelon. Of course, Dreamville's great label. Um, yeah, I mean, just not really a bad thing to say about it. Anything that you would take away from this album that maybe wouldn't be so great?
No, I don't think so. I think ultimately it flows pretty well, as we said, and
Mhm.
I don't really have a whole lot to say in its favor. I just think it's really silky smooth R&B. It's hard to say much more about it. I mean, you
Yeah.
mentioned the beat for FaceTime. That's actually a Cole beat. He doesn't produce all the time anymore, but he's always been a very underrated producer, and he does produce under his own name. So that's cool to see him offer that up to one of his artists. How nice, right? But yeah, I
Yeah.
think I think this is gonna make some waves in R&B circles. I mean, shit. Remember, Her was nominated for album of the fucking year. Like, if Her can get so big, I mean, I hope Ari Lennox can get a lot bigger because this is a lot much more impressive in my opinion.
Yeah, and her won a Grammy for, what was it, best new artist or best R&B album, was it?
Or
It was
urban
something like
contemporary,
that.
one of those weird categories. It wasn't best new artist, but she did win something. Shit, yeah.
I think it was best R&B actually. Now I'm saying it out loud, but yeah, I definitely agree that Ari Lennox. There's more here than anything we listened to uh, with any of those albums last year, at least related to her. Um, I also want to give a shout out to the song Whipped Cream, which I thought was really, really good. One of the standouts to me on the album. And obviously, we've already added Broke with JID onto our Nowstalgia Best of 2019 playlist. Search that on Spotify and give us that follow and share it with all your friends so you can stay up to date on all the music we're talking about and the best
Oh
music of the
yeah.
year. Any last thoughts before we move on to your guy, Logic?
No, I also liked Chicago Boy. I believe the first track. But yeah,
Yeah,
overall, very impressed. Nice coming out party for sure. And it's got a lot of love over the weekend. So I feel confident that it'll continue to make news. And you are correct. Her did win Best R&B Album a few months ago.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Big surprise for me there.